Have you ever considered renting a luxury designer handbag? Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel LuMi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. Which makes today's topic extra interesting. Renting versus buying. But not a home, but just luxury designer bags. Renting versus buying is a hot topic that is highly discussed when it comes to real estate properties, but not that widely spread when it comes to handbags. Obviously, because we all need a place where we can live, and a handbag, especially a designer one, is not necessarily a necessity. And obviously as well, since the prices of houses and flats are a completely different number than the price tag of a single handbag, even though the price tag of some luxury designer handbags can be way more than a monthly rent these days. I myself very recently read into the whole topic of renting luxury designer bags and, well, this Chanel bag is not rented, even though you hardly ever see her on my channel because, well, I hardly ever use her. I'm lucky in these terms that I did buy that bag already back in 2017, I guess, back when the prices were more doable. So with all these price increases, let's put it that way, I got quite curious in renting bags. Of course, I want to know your thoughts on that topic, so definitely share everything you think with us down in the comments. First, let's talk about what it even means to rent luxury handbags. And as I already said, I think the concept still seems to be quite new, at least it was to me. But there are different companies and different providers that do offer rental services for high-end fashion, for special occasions, and handbags, allowing you to borrow them for a set period of time for a set rent. I recently did discover a German provider, which inspired the topic for this video, to write down all the pros and cons that I could think about of renting handbags versus buying luxury designer handbags. So why even consider renting over buying? Let's find out. Pro number one for renting. It's a more cost-efficient way. Renting might allow you to enjoy luxury without the heavy price tag of spending money on a luxury handbag. Especially with all those price increases at our favorite luxury brands. It's perfect for those who would like to switch up their bags and their style frequently, those who want to try out different styles, different brands, and who want to keep wearing the latest it bags, but no one can keep up with buying all of them. Pro number two is quite similar to pro number one, variety and experimentation. Already kinda mentioned, but you can try different styles, different brands, different sizes, different colors, without committing to a single or very few purchases. And if something ends up not working for you, well, you just return the rented bag and you don't have to deal with the hassle of trying to sell on a bag that you bought. And potentially losing some money of it because you have to sell it under retail and you have to pay the selling fees. So the rent you pay might be the smaller loss in that case. Pro number three is sustainability, because renting fashion is more sustainable. It encourages a sharing economy and reduces the waste from infrequent used items. Even though, of course, we could argue if there are any of us who toss away their luxury bags once they don't like them anymore, because I bet most of us, we do rather try to sell them on. Pro number four is more of a YouTube, Instagram, influencer thing. Renting bags can give you content without spending a fortune. If you want to grow your Instagram following with cute bag pictures, or you're a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with your money, but you're running a luxury handbag channel on YouTube, this sounds like quite a good idea to me. Like, seriously, I love to talk about bags with you, but YouTube definitely favors the more recent drops, unboxings and reviews of new trend bags that just came out. But I don't want to and I can't afford to just buy these bags to be able to make a video about it. And I don't want to order and return, which I know some YouTubers do, to be able to keep up with it. And I think being completely transparent about it and renting might be a good solution to that problem. What do you think? The possible cons of renting designer handbags that came to my mind. First, it's a limited ownership and less control on your end. When you rent, you obviously don't own the bag, which is the whole point of renting. But depending on the terms of your provider, you have to be extra careful and cautious with its use and adhere to the rental terms. You have to make sure if there is an insurance in terms anything does go wrong and what the terms of the insurance are. Because you don't want to get a scratch on a rented bag to then have to pay the full price regular retail of a brand new bag. Then there would be no money saved at all in renting. Con number 2, there might be availability issues. The bag you might want might not be available. Especially popular models, very new models and very hot and hyped models. The provider that I'm currently looking deeper into, for example, doesn't offer any Louis Vuitton, any Chanel or Hermes. None at all. For all the other brands that they do offer, of course, the stock is limited. You might not even be able to get the bag that you want. Con number 3, the biggest one for me, the long-term costs. If you keep renting very frequently, of course, the costs can add up, like on everything. And it might make it more expensive in the long run, renting several bags than getting one, buying it yourself. And you pay and pay and pay, maybe month by month. And in the end, you have nothing at all that is yours. I myself have never been the biggest fan of renting in general. When it comes to a car, I'd rather pay the car than lease it. When it comes to the house, I'd rather pay a mortgage than paying rent. Because yes, being a homeowner can be very expensive and it comes with a lot of costs, hidden costs as well. But you're not paying into someone else's pockets month by month. And when it's time for your retirement, you're not still paying someone else. But for some reason, I'm not even that averse of renting luxury designer bags. But let's quickly look at the pros and cons of buying luxury designer handbags before I give you my personal summary. Pro number 1. Bags can be long-term investments, especially classic shapes from brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Hermes. The ones that don't go on sale and that don't have outlets. Point is proven with that bag. I know that many are against the term of luxury bags as investments, but timeless quality handbags from certain brands, they can maintain or even increase in value over time, especially when we take all those price increases into consideration. Pro number 2, if you buy, you build a personal collection. Buying means that a bag is yours. You can build a collection that reflects your own style, your own taste, and there might be even bags that have a deeper sentimental meaning to you, like milestone bags. And I think the whole collection aspect speaks more to the ones of us that like to own a lot. Because if you have more of a minimal approach and you don't want to have that much stuff surrounding you, well, renting might be the better option for you. Pro number 3 of buying, you have no usage restrictions. You're free to use your bag as you wish and you do not have to worry about any rental conditions at all. Of course, the first scratch on a new, very expensive handbag always hurts a lot. It's never a good feeling if the first signs of use start to showing up. But there are no real consequences, except that the resale value might be affected. But you at least don't have to pay directly for the mistakes you make. The cons of buying luxury designer bags. First one, very obvious, the high initial cost. Designer handbags get more and more expensive, and they can be quite a significant investment. The money you spend on a bag you cannot spend on traveling or on actual investments or anything else, especially with very trendy bags that might just be hyped for one season. It can feel like a waste of money if you ended up buying something you do not truly love for the bag itself, but you rather got sucked in with the hype. Con number 2, style limitations. Owning means that you are limited to the styles of bags you can afford and the space you have to store them and the number of bags you can accumulate and afford in a certain period of time, which might hinder your ability to experiment a lot, with trends for example as well. Con number 3, depreciation. Not all bags are investment bags. Truth be told, most designer handbags will lose value over time, especially the very hot and trendy ones. Which brings us to my conclusion and personal insights. Should you buy or rent your next luxury designer handbag? I think for most of us this is not even a question. Because I bet most of you who are watching this video, especially watching till this point, have already bought 1 or 2 or many luxury handbags in their lives. And I bet hardly any one of you who's watching right now did even ever consider to rent a bag, since the concept is still quite new. At least it was to me. Make sure to leave me your thoughts on the discussion down in the comments. To conclude the decision whether to buy or rent expensive luxury handbags, I would summarize it that way. Like it always is in life, it depends on your lifestyle, your fashion interest and your budget, of course. If you love experimenting with trends and you don't want to commit to just a few styles in your own collection, renting might be for you. But if you're building a long-term collection, maybe you love the classics, and even view some of your bags as long-term investments, buying could be the better option. I hinted every now and then in this video that I recently found a German luxury handbag rental provider, and since I really want to step back with my own spending on luxury handbags, I decided to give it a go. This is not sponsored. I have taken on a subscription for 6 months paying with my own money, where I will get a total of 3 luxury designer handbags. In case you live in Germany, I will link the company for you down in the description box if you want to check them out yourself, as well as a Friends Recruit Friends coupon code where you would get 90% of your first month and I would get credit for my own subscription. Not affiliated, not sponsored, not anything, but obviously I want to tell you because I want you to know how and why I'm going to unbox 3 very trendy it bags in the upcoming months. And of course, I would be very happy if one of you was interested in this subscription as well and would use my code so that it would get a little bit cheaper for me and my expenses. Let me know if you are curious in that whole rent-a-bag concept, especially the provider that I decided for and its terms and conditions that I agreed to, because I definitely could keep you updated and make a kind of review on that platform and service, honest and unsponsored. I will get my very first bag from them at the beginning of February, and of course I'm going to unbox it on my channel together with you. Until then, thank you so much for watching, hope to see you next time, and bye! Did you notice? This was one of the videos where I really made up my mind and prepared what I wanted to tell you, but then I always feel more stiff than just rambling on. But there were, well, pros and cons that I wanted to bring across, so I had some notes with me. I really should wear her. She's just sitting on a shelf looking nice and increasing in value. At least she's increasing in value, so I'm glad I did buy that bag back in 2017.